This
Hello
conference will
everyone,
now
good
be
morning and good
recorded.
evening. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes,
Yes,
All right. Okay, so today's session is about prerequisites. We are going to do a lot of things in this course. If you have not joined the demo session, please watch the demo session video. It will be there on YouTube. Malti will give you the link, or you can check in Visualpath channel. You should find the demo video. You can go through it. You can see what we are going to cover in this course. And anyways, you are going to get all the details through the email. If you have not given your email address, please send it in the private chat, in the organizer chats. Select send to organizer and send your email address so we can send you the content, books, a few other video links that you can watch, and also today's video that will be recorded. Okay, so today's session is prerequisite. We are going to create virtual machines and be ready to start learning Linux. As you must have seen from the demo, the first week is going to be Linux and basics of networking. So in order to learn Linux operating system, we need to have a Linux environment, and that's what we will be setting up today. All right. So again, if you have not given your email address, put it in the organizer chat. We'll send you all the details, the books, the documents, everything. All right. So my name is Imran. If you have not seen the demo, not attended the demo, right, you can check my LinkedIn profile as well if you want. All right. So we're going to talk about course prerequisite today, as I said. So this is what you need. You will need a 64-bit computer with high-speed internet, guys. 64-bit computer, not 32-bit, won't work. Okay, because the tools that we will need, some of the tools doesn't work on 32-bit environment. And make sure you have a very good internet speed, broadband or whatever you're using, because you'll be streaming the video every day. Plus you will be practicing downloading a lot of softwares. Most of your work will be on the cloud computing, where you'll be connecting to SSH to Linux machines, Linux servers, and there should be good internet speed. Otherwise it will keep fluctuating and it will be very frustrating. So make sure you have a good internet speed, guys. On your laptop, I should remove this Windows 7 now. Okay, if you have Windows 7, chances is there you will get a lot of errors. So make sure you upgrade it to Windows 10 or 11. And if you have MacBook M1 Metal, okay, that processor does not work with some tools. That's one problem. Otherwise, MacBook also there's no problem, works. Or if you have Linux operating system as your desktop, that is also fine. So you can have Windows, Mac, or Linux OS. It's all cool. You should have attended the demo session, guys. If you have not attended, go through the link. Malti will send you the link. You can watch the demo video. It is necessary for you to go through it. You should know what we are going to do in this course. What is DevOps? Those concepts should be clear. Read the first chapter of Decoding DevOps book. You'll get the book link. You can download that book. We're going to follow that book in this course. So again, if you have not given your email address, put it in the organizer chat. We will send the book link to that email address. So you have to read the first chapter of the book and the demo session. You will get a very good clear idea what is DevOps and what we are going to really do in this course. All right, so the everyday prerequisites are, you need to schedule some time for practice, not just for this class. You need to schedule time for the practice every day. You may get error, issues, problems. Do not quit. Inform me something is not working. Okay, try in your own time. Things are not getting and not working, going out of control, let me know. We will have a Google Classroom where you can share the screenshot and you can put your questions, and I will try my best to help you. But whatever happens, do not quit, do not leave any exercise and move next. Sometimes you can do, but most of the times things are related. So don't quit, complete your exercises. You have any questions, can ask to clear your doubts. I'm explaining something you are not understanding, stop me and ask me. Okay, don't just sit there and watch. Don't let this be just one-way communication. If you're not understanding some concept that I'm explaining, stop me and ask me. Okay, and then you may have questions that maybe came 1 week back but you did not ask. So put those questions. If you're shy, put those questions in the chat or Google Classroom. I will answer them. Okay, but you have doubt, clear it right then and there. Don't wait, I will ask tomorrow, I will do some hands-on and then I will ask, maybe I will ask later. Okay, don't do that, because it creates problem then for you and for the entire class also later. Okay, we are all going to move together in this course. Okay, so use Google Classroom if you have any doubts or any questions, any errors, anything you have to post. As a screenshot, you can post it on Google Classroom. We will create a Google Classroom probably tomorrow and you all can join there. And most importantly, enjoy. Okay, don't think this as a burden. Okay, it's going to be a lot of work in this course and it's very interesting. DevOps is really very interesting. You will see one after the other layer comes off and we will be decoding DevOps. And it's very interesting. First we'll be learning Linux, so we'll have good hands-on command line. Then we will be going to do AWS cloud computing. You'll learn cloud computing, right? You will see how real-time applications are hosted. Then you will be seeing how to do automation. So slowly one layer after the other layer comes off, and you will be understanding what really a DevOps engineer should do. Okay, to be frank, you cannot explain anyone what DevOps engineer do. Mostly people will say they do automation, but it's really more than that. Okay, and that can only come by doing it. And so watch, practice, and enjoy. So a daily session, we will have some theory. Okay, very less theory, slides and documentation. Documentation, you will have a lot of it. Slideshow will be very less. There will be a demo. I will demonstrate something to you. Right, you have to watch. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. And then you have to practice exactly same thing. Okay, so basically you have to do what I am doing. Just you have to mimic. Okay, plus with that I'm going to give you some more assignments so you can practice whatever I have given you. Whatever I do, you can do the same thing multiple times, so you can do more assignments also. You'll get assignments. If you do assignments, it will be good. You'll get more practice. All right, now this is done. Okay, so this is what we will be doing today. We will be creating today virtual machine, and for that we need some tools, and some tools we'll use in later course. So this is not mandatory. If you know what is Chocolatey, it's a nice tool in Windows where you can install softwares with. So you have to install Chocolatey. This is optional. Brew for Mac OS. This is also optional, but if you have Mac OS, install Brew, set up Brew. I will give you the link of how to set up Brew. These are package managers, so you can say Choco install and a software name and it will install that software. Like Choco install Chrome, it will install Chrome in Windows machine. Same is Brew for Mac OS. Brew install something and it will install that tool. Okay, so we'll see this. Oracle VM VirtualBox. This is the tool on which we are going to create virtual machine. These tools are called as hypervisor, so that this will install today. And Git Bash, we're going to install one tool on Windows. If you have MacBook, you can use your terminal. Git Bash is just a terminal where we can enter commands. Or you can use putty, or again terminal for Mac. ISO is required to install operating system. In order to install an operating system, you need an ISO file. ISO is basically an archive file of operating system. So we are going to set up CentOS 7 and Ubuntu 18. And we will be using Vagrant, which will automate the VM setup. Okay, so we'll do this today. Vagrant also will try if we have time. Otherwise, we'll just create the VM manually. So virtual machine, that's what we will be creating. If you don't know what is virtual machine is like a baby computer, a computer inside your computer. Okay, it's a virtual one, but with actual operating system. Virtual machine with actual operating system. So we are going to create it manually and also automatically, both ways. Okay, along with this, you will need few more tools that we'll talk about later. For now, let's do some hands-on. Let's create a virtual machine. Okay, so we will need Oracle VM VirtualBox, this software, and we will be creating CentOS 7 and Ubuntu 18. So first, let's install these softwares that we need. Okay, let me talk about Chocolatey first. This is optional if you want to install it. So you have to just follow this. You have to run this command, and if it returns, wait a second, this set execution policy. Just a moment. Install PowerShell. So this should install Chocolatey for you, and this is optional if you want to install. Okay, a pretty long command. You have to run it on PowerShell, and you have to open it as administrator. Okay, this is an optional tool if you want to install. The similar tool for Mac OS is Brew, Homebrew, and Mac OS guys, you just need to run this command on the terminal. It should install Homebrew for you. Okay, again, this is optional for Mac OS. This is not optional. You are going to install. I'm giving you the link in the chat. This you need to install so your life becomes easier. Otherwise, installing softwares manually will be difficult. In Homebrew, you can search for your software quickly. You can say, so we're going to install VirtualBox, right? So to install VirtualBox, all you have to do is search for VirtualBox, and you can find the command like this: brew install cask VirtualBox. You run this command on terminal, it will install VirtualBox for you. Okay, same Chocolatey. You can say Chocolatey install VirtualBox. Okay, so Choco install VirtualBox, and it will install VirtualBox. Like that, any software you can install. You can search for the software and you can install. Okay, you can give the software search name over here, and it will give you the command. You can use that command to install softwares. So these are optional. Makes your life easy, that's all. Otherwise, you just want to install VirtualBox just like that. So you have to just say VirtualBox download, Google it, hit the first link. All right. So try the latest version of VirtualBox. If it is having problem, I will give you an older version of VirtualBox. Again, this is for Windows. Okay, I'm giving the link in the chat. You can start downloading and installing it. I already have it installed, so I'm not going to install it. Okay. One other thing that I will need is CentOS 7 ISO. CentOS 7 ISO. CentOS 7 minimal ISO. That one. Now I already have this one also, so I'm not going to install. So I'm not going to download this one, but I'm giving you the link. You can start downloading it. Copy link address. Okay, the link is in the chat. Yeah, next only. What is there? Okay, so once your VirtualBox is downloaded, wait, Just double click and install. That's all. All right. Once you have it installed, just search for VirtualBox. Right. So that's VirtualBox. What is VirtualBox? Well, it's an hypervisor. What's a hypervisor? Well, it's too early for today to understand virtualization. But what you can understand for now is this tool help you create a virtual machine, a mini computer, you can think like that, which with an actual operating system. Yeah, it doesn't work on MacBook M1, so you can use parallel in MacBook. That's one new problem. Okay, so anything works, whatever works for you, you can use that. But for Windows, use Oracle VM VirtualBox. Okay, now creating a virtual machine, which is a very simple process. You just have to click on new here and it will give you a window, and let's give our virtual machine a name. So I will say this is CentOS 7 VM, something like that. Okay, give some name. Type, you have to select Linux here, and operating system, you have to select version, you have to select Red Hat 64-bit. Okay, Red Hat 64-bit for CentOS 7. For some reason, if you don't see here 64-bit and you just see here 32-bit, then that means you have never created virtual machines on your computer. It's the first time. And there will be one setting that will be disabled that you have to enable. So which I cannot show you because it's a bias setting. I can show you some images on the Google to help you understand how to fix that. VT in bias. Again, if you don't see here 64-bit option, you just see here 32-bit option, don't see 64-bit, then you have to reboot your machine, go into BIOS, and in the BIOS you have to enable this virtualization technology setting. Virtualization technology enabled. It could be with different name, it could be with VT or Intel virtualization technology or just virtualization, or maybe virtualization technology. Just have to enable it. Okay, this is a hardware setting. I cannot show it to you. Okay, you have to reboot your computer for this one, get into a BIOS and enable that. Once you enable that, then come back and check. You should see here 64-bit without any problem. The other reason you won't see 64-bit is because you have a 32-bit computer and you can't do anything then. You should maybe buy a new computer then. Okay, because it's really not a 32-bit world anymore. Anyways, so select that Red Hat 64-bit and go next, and it's really next. RAM size, I'm keeping 1 GB. You can change it. Don't make it less than 750 because it will work very badly. Don't go more than that. We don't need it. Okay, 1 GB should be fine. Create virtual disk now. Fine. Click on create. Just take that default one, VDI, hard disk type. Dynamically allocated physical storage. That means it's not going to reserve hard disk size. It will just use how much it needs and it won't reserve. Go next. So I give 8 GB of hard disk or I give 800 GB, it will still work because it is not reserving anything. I'll just keep it 8 GB only and go next. This is where it will create the hard disk. Okay, and I'm saying hard disk and RAM, and this is, but this is all virtual. But that it doesn't mean that it's magical. Okay, all this resource is coming from your computer only. So how much you are giving, it is using from the actual physical computer. Keep in mind, you cannot go give anything hard disk. We can give huge size also because we said dynamically allocate storage, but RAM and CPU you can't change like that. Okay, you can have to give how much it's there in your computer. All right, click on create and you get a virtual machine. That's it. Virtual machine is created. I mean, the hardware is created. The virtual hardware is created. Now it's time to install operating system. So few settings you have to do. First, you have to attach the ISO. So that's your VM computer. Go to settings and go to storage, and you see that CD symbol there. Yeah. Click on this drop down and choose a disk file. Click on that. In your downloads, you should see CentOS 7 ISO if you have downloaded it. So click on that and put a check mark here, and that's it. The CD is attached. The virtual CD. ISO is a virtual CD. Okay, that is attached. Okay, sure, I will repeat. So click on settings, go to storage, CD option, click on this drop down, choose a disk file, and select CentOS 7 ISO. Okay, put a check mark there. That's all. This is like, we put CD in the computer, right? Similar to that. It's all virtual. Okay, next, one more setting. Click on network, click on adapter 2. I put a check mark here, enable network adapter. Okay, well, network adapter, you can have 4 network adapter to your virtual machine. First one, don't make any changes here. This is the default network adapter for a virtual machine. Second one, you have to put a check mark there, and you have to say attached to bridged adapter, and select the network adapter of your computer. Like my laptop, I'm using Wi-Fi network adapter. I'm not using cable, so I select here Wi-Fi network adapter. Select this one. The reason to select this one, the second adapter as bridge adapter, is so my VM can connect to my Wi-Fi router, not through Wi-Fi, but through the adapter. My laptop is connected to Wi-Fi router, and to connect my VM to Wi-Fi router, I have to connect to the adapter of my laptop. I know that will be a little confusing now, but just select it. Okay. By using that, you can connect to your computer from anywhere in the network. Your VM will get an IP address directly from Wi-Fi router. So for our Wi-Fi router, your VM is just like any other computer that's booting in the network. So it will allot IP address, it will give internet and everything. Okay. So for that purpose, we select this second option. Okay. Once again, I will show that how to do. So you click on network adapter 2, put a check mark here, select here bridged adapter, and select the network adapter of your laptop. Okay, like this one I'm saying. If you're using cable, Ethernet cable, then find your Ethernet adapter. Like for me, it's Realtek GB family something. But I'm using Wi-Fi, so I'm gonna select that one and just say OK. And we are done. Okay, now let's power on this virtual machine and start the OS installation. So click on start. Right, all this circus we are doing is so we have a Linux machine, so where we can practice. Okay, but there is one another way also that I will show you once this is done. Okay, click on the screen. This is the monitor of the VM, and select the first option, install CentOS 7, hit enter, and that's going to take some time. All right, tell me how many people are new to Linux. Just say I am new in the chat if you're new to Linux. Doing a polling. All right, there are many people who are new to Linux. The list is growing. Okay, we will go in a proper flow, right? A huge number of people who are new to Linux. That's fine. That's good, right? I asked, so I will know what kind of audience is there, and that way I can talk. All right. So my new fellas of in Linux world, we are just creating virtual machines so we can practice Linux, right? So far we installed VirtualBox, we created a VM, attached the ISO. Now we are started the installation. So click on start, VM comes up, and now few screens, just you need to fill some simple options, select the language, click on continue. This cursor will be captured inside this. Okay, so to release the cursor you have to use the control button on your keyboard, right control, then it will release the cursor. Otherwise you click on it and it will capture. You see that saying I'm going to capture the cursor. See, it's inside, it's not coming out. You have to use right control to release it. Okay, then it comes out. So that keep in mind. Because one student told me, hey Imran, this virtual machine has captured my cursor, eaten up my cursor, and it's not giving me back. How do I get it back? Right, so just right control and it will just release it. All right, so quickly few things you have to select here: date and time. Click on that, and I'm going to select India time zone. Say done, and then here in the system installation destination, click on this and you click this hard disk and just say done. And one more time you have to select it. One more time select the hard disk and say done. This will then second time select the partitioning scheme automatically. Okay, just select the hard disk 2 times there. That's it. Next is network and host name. Click on that, and this is our Ethernet NAT adapter, and this is Ethernet bridge adapter, the VM network adapter. Okay, it is showing there. So I'm going to say on, and this gets an IP address 10.0.2.15. You will also get exactly the same IP. The second adapter, which is bridge adapter, now this, when I switch it on, it will contact my Wi-Fi router and it will get IP address from my Wi-Fi router. Okay, so watch this. I say on, and 192.168.0.111. Okay, now that's my network. I will show you. I open command prompt. Okay, in Windows CMD, I just typed, open command prompt. I'm running the command ipconfig. This will show IP address of my laptop, right? That's the IP address of my laptop, 192.168.0.174, and that's the IP address of my Wi-Fi router, right? And if you compare this one, see that default route 192.168.0.1, and the IP address is also in the same range, 192.168.0. So this IP is coming from the Wi-Fi router. So my VM is successfully connected to Wi-Fi router. Nice. Okay, so let's click on the host name and give some host name. I will say crazy frog dot devops dot in maybe, and just say apply. Okay, all the settings are applied, and let's go to done now. Okay, we are good. Let's click on begin installation, and the installation is started. Okay, while the installation is happening, we can set root password. Click on that and set some nice password. And say done. If you don't know what is root, well, in Linux, root is the admin user. Okay, the all powerful user. And the second option is user creation. If you want to create any extra user, click on that and you can create some extra user. I'm gonna say run, and username I'll keep it as Imran, and make this administrator. and I'm going to set some weak password for this. See, it is saying weak password, right? And when I click on done, it asked me to change it once again, but I'm saying like done once again. Okay, so I've set the root password and I have created one more user and the installation is going on. Okay, it's going to happen for some time. Right, that process of creating VM was manual process. Okay, click, 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 and it's booting up. But you can also create virtual machines automatically. Okay, you don't need to worry about it. You know, installing all the things and everything, which is very simple. For this, you need one more tool. You need a tool called as Vagrant. Okay, so I'll just say download Vagrant. I already have it installed, but I'm showing you how you can download. So for Mac OS, you can use just Homebrew. Okay, just find out here Vagrant. I will give you the command in the chat and also through the email. So the Mac OS command, let me just type over here. This is Vagrant, and you have to install Vagrant Manager also. Vagrant Manager. Okay, this is for Mac OS. First, you have to install Homebrew, and this is the command that you can use. Okay, I will send you through this email as well. Okay, but for Windows, you can just go to here and you can just download 64-bit of Vagrant. Let me give you the link. The link is in the chat. If you want to download and install right now, you can do it. Click on the link. It will start downloading Vagrant and start the installation. This installation, Vagrant installation, do it later. Don't do it now. I mean, it takes a very long time and you have to reboot your computer after the Vagrant installation is completed. Okay. Now creating VM through Vagrant is pretty simple. You need one more tool. This is only for Windows. Okay. Download git bash. Okay, this is also optional tool, but it makes our life easy. Okay, this is called as git bash, and this is used to just run commands. For now, it's much more than that, but for now, download and install, and it's just used to run commands. I will show you how it looks. So I already have it installed. You can just once it is installed, you can find it like this git bash. Right, open it. And you should see a screen like this, maybe different color. You can change the colors and all through options and text and color and all. You can change the colors and make the size little bigger, and here you can run commands. Okay, like for example ls clear. Okay, pwd present working directory. I will show you those commands, don't worry. So git bash, Vagrant, VirtualBox, these three things you need. Okay, you need git bash and you need Vagrant and you need VirtualBox. So this is the ingredients that you need to create a VM through Vagrant. You don't need ISO. These three things you need. For Mac OS, you don't need git bash. You just need the terminal. Okay, so first create a directory. Okay, few simple steps are there. I will repeat it and I will write it down, give it to you. Don't worry. Simple steps. If you have any doubt, do let me know. First is creating a folder or directory, which you can create anywhere you want. So I'm going to create it in D directory. Classes I have, in that I will create a directory called 7 a.m. batch. Okay, so this command should have created this directory in D drive. Okay, I can show it to you. You can create this anywhere, okay? Whatever drive, whatever folders you have, structure, D drive, um, classes, and you can see 7 a.m. batch. Okay, this directory is created, right? Now, again, inside that, I will create one more directory called CentOS 7. Any name you can give. Okay, you can see that now it created CentOS 7 directory. Okay, next step is go into that CD, and you can copy paste. You can paste it by using shift insert, or you can just type the whole path. Hit enter. pwd, present working directory. This command will show you where you are. Okay, it is saying that you are in this directory. Okay, cool, nice. Clear command, this will clear the screen. Okay, now two commands, vagrant init. Oops. Vagrant init, and I'm going to write something here. And what is this? Well, this is image name, VM image name, that I will show you how I found out. Okay, it's easy. So vagrant init and the box name or image name, hit enter. All right. ls command will show you what is the content. Okay, once you run this command, you will see a file called as vagrant file with V capital. So this command basically will create a vagrant file. And now you have to say vagrant up. This command will create a virtual machine for you automatically. Let's see the virtual box here. Okay, this is the VM that we created manually, right? And this one is going to create the VM automatically. Okay, watch this, a VM will magically appear over here. You see that? There. Okay, first time it is going to take a longer time because it is going to download this image and bring up VM from that. So the download process may take a little longer time, but once it is downloaded in your machine, then it comes up very quickly. Okay, that's coming up. Okay, starting, good. Okay, it has come into running state. Okay, there, the VM is up. And to log into this VM, you don't need to use VirtualBox. You don't need to click anywhere. You just have to say from the same directory, okay, where you created the vagrant file, same directory, you have to say vagrant SSH, which will do an SSH login to your VM. And it knows where is your VM, how to log in, username and login key, and everything it knows. You just need to do vagrant SSH. Okay, and we are logged in. Look at the prompt. This is called as prompt. It has changed. It is saying vagrant @ localhost. That's the host name, and this is the prompt of my Windows Git Bash. This is the prompt of the Linux VM. So I'm in the Linux VM right now. So once you do this vagrant SSH, that is it. You can just type exit and come out. That's what you have to do today. Okay, so a few simple command once again. Vagrant halt, this command is to power off your VM. Again, you need to be in the same directory and you will see it will power off the VM. So once your work is done, you experimented, then you can say vagrant halt, power off. Okay, that's powered off, sorry. Yeah, right. So then how do I bring it up? Well, you just have to say vagrant up. You have to be in the same directory. Okay, you cannot be in other directory. Vagrant up and it's gonna power up. No, you don't need to do anything. You just need to be in that directory and it knows which directory which VM you're talking about. Okay, it's coming up. Okay, we will few minutes we'll wrap up this vagrant, and then we'll go back to our VM that we created manually. Okay, few more commands. Well, vagrant is exactly what you think it is doing. And it's doing, what do you think? What is vagrant for? What are we doing with vagrant? Vagrant destroy. This command is going to delete the VM. And I'm deleting it. No big deal. I can bring it up anytime I want. So what is vagrant? Good question, Venki, on right time. What is vagrant, guys? What do you think? What is vagrant?
Yeah, automating
Who
the
can say?
manual installation of VirtualBox.
Okay, close, but sentence, the choice of word was wrong, but you're correct. Okay, create VM automatically, right? So not only create, it manages VM automatically. You don't need to create VMs manually, installation. It removes the installation part first of all. Okay, so a few simple commands, right? I'm going to run a history command, and these are the commands basically I use to create VMs through Vagrant, right? So first I created a directory, which you can create anywhere you want, like this. Inside that I created CentOS 7 directory. I did cd into that, change directory, and then I did Vagrant init and box name, which I'll show you how I found out. Vagrant up to bring up the VM, Vagrant SSH to log in. Once you do SSH, look at the prompt. If you are not in Windows machine, exit from there. Vagrant halt to power off, Vagrant up to power up, Vagrant destroy to delete. Right. So this all this commands goes in the chat for you, and also you will get it through email as well. Okay, so that was managing VM through Vagrant. Pretty easy, right? Right. Now the box. Where did I get the box name, image name from? So Vagrant Cloud. If you're interested in finding some other OS images, you can just come to Vagrant Cloud. Okay, giving you the link in the chat. If you are interested, this is not mandatory again, because anyways, you can use the same box that I have used, or you can just find your own box. Like you can come here and you can say, I want CentOS 8 search. Okay, so you have generic slash CentOS 8, you have CentOS slash 8, you have Bento CentOS 8, you have Girling guys CentOS 8. Okay, I like that this box because there are some changes that he has done which is very useful for us, but not mandatory. You can use any box. Okay, or maybe you're interested in Ubuntu 20. Okay, just search it, right? Ubuntu 20. Right, so Ubuntu Focal 64, maybe I want to use that. Okay, so that's the box name. Right now let me show you one more last example and then we are done. So I want to, let's say, create VM with this box. So what I'm going to do, I'm again going to open git bash. Okay, everything from the scratch. So I will say mkdir-p d classes 7 a.m. batch, and I'll say Ubuntu focal whatever. Okay, then I go into that directory and I'm just going to say vagrant init shift insert for paste this box name. Yeah, if you want to learn Linux from AWS account, you can do that as well. You just need a Linux machine. So whatever is comfortable you are with, use that. Okay, vagrant up. So, and this will bring up the VM. That's it. Vagrant halt to power off, vagrant destroy to delete. So that's easy is to create virtual machine through vagrant. All right, now let's go back to our VM, which we created manually. That's the VM that we created manually, and there's the installation is completed. You see that? By the time it comes up, we have created, used, deleted VM, right? Okay, click on reboot, and we really don't need this. This was just to show you, in case if you're not able to create VM through Vagrant, you can create it manually, and you can use Linux. That's what I wanted to show you. Okay, connecting, we'll see how to connect to this VMs which we created manually. Okay, this is going to be same boring username, password, login, find out the IP address, do an SSH to the IP address. Okay, a lot of work. You know what? We will see this tomorrow. Okay, how to connect to this VM. We'll see this tomorrow. Today, I think this is enough because many people they are new to Linux. Okay, so you just have to do what I did. You have to create the VM manually, and you have to create VM automatically through Vagrant. Okay, both you can do. Whatever you are comfortable, stick to that for few days, but make sure you're able to use Vagrant in few days time. But from tomorrow onwards, whatever from tomorrow for a few days, whatever you're comfortable with, you want Linux VM through Vagrant, through manually, or you want to use AWS or GCP, you can use whatever you want. That is fine. Okay, but in 3-4 days, get comfortable with Vagrant. You need some VMs in after a week, many VMs through Vagrant. Okay, so you need to have understanding of Vagrant. But for now, for practicing Linux, whatever you're comfortable with. So what are you comfortable with? What do you think? You have seen how to create VM manually. You have seen how to create VM through Vagrant. Which one do you prefer and why? No answers? Well, you have seen how to create VM through Vagrant. You have seen how to create VM manually. All right, you know what? Try both and let me know tomorrow. Which one do you like? I guess you will say Vagrant. Yeah. Oh, you really don't need hands-on on Vagrant. Okay, it's not that complicated, right? Just few steps, right? You create a directory, Vagrant init, Vagrant up. That's all. Why do you need hands-on for this one? Vagrant init, Vagrant up. Just, I mean, why do don't you need to practice this? Okay, it's 2 commands. Actually, three. One, you create a directory, then Vagrant init, and then Vagrant up. Right? What do you think? Simple or not? Yeah. All right. Okay, and don't worry, I'll give you all the steps. You'll get an email and you can see all the steps. Anyways, I have given in the history also in the chat. So you can get your commands right now and you can start installation. Okay, let me quickly revise, recall what we did, and then we'll close the session for today. Okay, so let me open Notepad and show you this script, this bash script. I'm just kidding. Okay, that's too early. Okay, so first we have installed, okay, the tools that we have installed, right? VirtualBox and CentOS 7 ISO, and Git Bash and Vagrant. Okay, let me write the complete name. It's Oracle VM VirtualBox. So you don't confuse it with Vagrant Box. Okay, so these are the softwares that we have installed, and then create VM manually. That's what we did, right? And really, I don't want to write all the steps. Okay, create VM through Vagrant, which is very easy to write also. Okay, so first step is we created the directory, or I will just write folder or directory. Second step is cd into directory or the folder, and then we say vagrant init box name, and then we said vagrant up, and then we have vagrant halt to power off, vagrant destroy to delete. Okay, but as long as I have vagrant file, I can just anytime go into the directory, say vagrant up, the VM will come up. Okay, ISO means an archive, man. ISO means virtual CD. Like we have CD in virtualization, the same CD is called as ISO. Okay, so these are the steps. Again, as I said, I have a proper email which I'll forward it to you. You will see all the steps there with all the commands and everything. You can just use copy paste and run the commands as well. All right. Now we just need these softwares for the next session that we have installed. Right, and whatever it is like that, I will anyways inform you in advance what you need for tomorrow and stuff. So that is all software you need for tomorrow. If you want, you can install Notepad++, but not necessary for now. Okay, all right, so put your email addresses and phone numbers and detail in the organizer chat. My team will contact you. They will send you all the details. They'll send you email for we have books and documents and videos and links. Just download it, keep it with you. I will tell you when to use what. Okay, and don't send your phone numbers, email address in the private chat. Send it in the organizer chat. Okay, if you have any doubt, you see the number in the chat, you can call and you can let us know what information you need. Right, and so that is all, guys, for today. If you have any more question, let me know.
Hello, sir.
Imran, you can call me Imran.
Hi, Imran. Rahul here.
Yeah, Rahul.
Imran, today is my first lecture, so today is my first class. So I don't know which topic you are covering in DevOps and duration wise exactly how much duration it will take. So can you let me know?
What topic I'm covering? The one that you see on the screen right now, creating VMs. That's the topic that I'm covering today.
No. That is not I'm saying. So entire overall course content I'm saying which tool you are covering in the DevOps.
So Malti, you just send your email addresses. Malti will send you the entire course content, okay? And the demo
Okay.
link also. It's quite huge. We can go through it.
Quickly, Imran, this will be 7 to 10 every day, correct? Monday to Friday.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then going forward, in case we have to install additional tools, we will know upfront, correct? Like a day before or 2 days
Yeah,
before.
as I already
Okay.
told you.
Okay.
Okay, you don't need to do it with me. I mean, this is just the first session and we are just getting comfortable. So you can do it with me for now, but once I start Linux, then you have to watch first and then you have to do.
Yes, yeah, correct.
Okay, you cannot do simultaneously with me. There's a lot of things, and then later we'll be writing scripts and stuff. So it's impossible for you to just mimic me when I'm doing it. So that's why I said schedule time for practice. Watch me,
Okay.
understand the concept. You will get all the commands and scripts and everything. So you'll have all the material to practice. So you just watch, learn the concept, and then you have to repeat.
Okay, and then like while doing on by ourselves, if we see a problem, would there be anyone who can help and then help us move forward during the day?
You will have
Other than
Google Classroom, as I said, where you can post the questions and we can take it up in the class.
okay.
How long the course would be, like 50 days or 60 days?
60 days around.
Okay.
Hi Imran, yeah, Asis here.
Yeah,
Hello.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I gone through that document which Malti sent, and the mention like training will be as like the real time kind of like how to deploy applications to AWS or something like that. So my question is like, shall we do like that only, or kind of learning tools and this is what, because in the real time if you're going for interview they'll ask for real time questions only, because as I'm experienced, I'm working in HPI, so I just wanted to learn like how the real time cases and how everyday DevOps engineer do day to
Dude,
day.
what is your question? Come to the point.
Yeah, so my question will be like the training, how it will be like, is it like experience kind of, or real time kind of, or like tool basis?
Yeah, as it said, you have not attended the demo session, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so watch the demo video. I have explained everything over there, how the training session it is going to be. And if you're still doubt, let me know. Okay,
Okay.
there's a long things over there that I've explained for almost half an hour,
Yeah.
how the exercises will be and everything. And telling it in that short time, I don't think it will work. So just the link is in the chat. Just use the link, watch the video. You can go move forward and watch what I'm covering, and then you can ask me question on that.
Sure.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I'm a college student, IT student. So I bought e-learning videos from you. I mean, from Visualpath 1 month ago. But I'm not able to like get the pattern, like from which course to start first and all those. So can I continue to attend this online training?
This is what you should start with. Okay. So we are starting actually with basics, Linux and all networking. So better stick to this one, and then you can follow along anything what you want once you have good hands on technologies. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And ask me any question if you have anything while I'm showing you stuff.
Imran, I have another class around 8 o'clock. So 7
Guys,
to
you
8,
can
or
drop.
it
I'm
will be
already done.
extended to 8:30.
If you want to drop, guys, drop. I'm already done. I'm just taking questions. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, the class would be till 8 o'clock, or it will be extended to 8:15, 8:30, something
Oh,
like
we will do it till 8 o'clock only, okay? We won't
that. Okay,
take
because
the time because it's difficult for people to digest too many things. But someday we will have some extra session where we have to wait for, setup and stuff. But that's going to be rarely, okay?
okay, thank you.
Hi Imran, Samita here. So I
Yes.
have experience as a manual tester, and now I have started this class. So, like, how would the transformation from a tester to a DevOps engineer? Like, what's your
Oh, it's
view
a
on
huge
this?
transformation, first of all. Okay, many things you have to learn from scratch, like basics Linux. networking, cloud computing, right? So it's going to be a very, very different thing for you actually. So make up your
Okay.
mind, be sure that you want to jump into it, because it's not like something that I am going to learn one or two tools and that will work out. You have to spend a lot of time, lot of energy, and a lot of tools. You have to learn technologies and concepts and process. It's going to be complete transition. But
Okay.
when we are talking about including software testing into the DevOps, that's the most difficult part. That's where the software testers will win every time that I have seen. The people who were software tester before DevOps, once comes software testing integration with DevOps pipeline, they are the best in that, because they already know what is software testing and how it works and stuff. So that's one benefit that you get. Apart from that, everything is going to be very new to you.
Okay.
Do you paste in the VM? Huh? What? Paste. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. I don't paste anything in the VM. We are using Git bash to log into the VM. Okay, you are not pasting anything in the VM right now. Okay, in the Git bash, you can paste it by using shift insert. You right click and it will tell you, man. See there? Paste, shift insert. No, DevOps job doesn't involve rotational shifts and night shifts and 24/7. That is support job. Yes, people hire DevOps and put them into support job. I can't do anything for that. Nobody can do anything. Those are some, bad people hiring bad positions. But as a DevOps, traditionally and legally, morally, sorry, morally, DevOps won't be working in night shifts. I mean, DevOps works with the developers and testers and the people who work in the daytime. Okay, DevOps very rarely work with the support team. So no, but you will then say, hey, my friend, he's DevOps, he works in night shift. So there are people who do those kind of stuff. We can't do anything with that, right? But traditionally it should not be like that. All right, guys. So I will take all of your questions, continue tomorrow. We will set up a Google Classroom also tomorrow, and we will start learning Linux from tomorrow onward. So see you then tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a good day and night. And thank you for joining.
Thank you. Thank you, Amran.
Thank you, Imran.
Thank you.